What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Danmachi. Now, today we're talking about the new incoming banners for part 2 of the anniversary, and this is actually going to be pretty freaking wild. We have a lot incoming. So let's talk about this. Now, these are 2 brand new banners. Remember, these units are going to be time limited, so if you don't get them now, you're not going to have very many chances, basically until this reruns, which usually happens in December. But believe me, you do not want to wait that long for some of these units. So let's go ahead and jump in. Now, there is a massive spoiler in one of these, and I'm not going to basically give that away here on stream or on the video, but we'll get to it. We'll talk about it, okay? First up, Osville. Osville, let's see. So Osville is a physical type, and her HP is only 3765, which makes her a little squishy, which is weird. Bit weird, but she is a thunder type, which is nice. MP's 309, not the greatest. Physical attack 2095 is really flipping good, though. It's a triple S stat. That is amazing. And her defense is 620, which is definitely very good. Now, let's look at her skills. Skill 1 is a strength and magic down 45%. Like that, big debuff there. For 4 turns, self-strength and agility plus 65%. So it's really nice. A nice agility buff to herself. Add 3 additional actions mid thunder physical attack. Remember we talked, it's always been low up till now. Now it's mid, which is really nice. Big boost in that secondary skill damage. Skill 2, foes, plural, high thunder physical attack with high critical rate and physical resist down 35% for 3 turns. Remove reduced AoE damage taken buffs except assist skills. So in other words, this unit is going to be really good for Wargame. Basically, like super Wargame toxic. Because if you think about that skill 2, that's going to reduce physical resistance. And like basically, if you in Wargame, you almost exclusively want to use her as a debuffer. Because she's going to remove all those skills that basically allow your units to take less damage. And if you've come up against a lot of stall teams, they use that. So she's kind of designed to be a stall breaker. We'll see if she works out that way, but I really do feel like for Wargame, she's going to be pretty good. Skill 3 is a high thunder physical attack with ultra critical rate and temporary great strength boost. It's kind of, I've talked about how this has no percentage boost. I feel like it's kind of a throwaway skill. You're rarely, if ever, going to use that. It's just kind of there, but it's just there. SA is a foes, plural, ultra thunder physical attack with ultra critical rate, great temporary strength boost, and physical resist and magic resist and thunder resist down 50%. That is actually pretty awesome. So that thunder resist down 50% is a massive skill. Thunder needs that massive boost, and it got what it needed. Now, it still needs a little bit more to really catch up, but it is a very nice skill. Also, notice she doesn't buff her own thunder attack. We'll see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. That might be alluding to something that's coming, but I don't honestly know. 35% water resist. Counters are water physical attack, ultra critical rate on counter, 20% damage on critical, 35% strength, agility, index, all normal stuff, and she's an insect killer. So, good stuff. I like this Osville for Wargame. And it's a big buff that they definitely needed. Now, here's one we didn't predict. Wind type. I did say I thought we were going to get some wind types here. I did say a couple of these units looked like wind types. But I did not expect old boy here to be a wind type. I honestly expected him to be either light or fire. So we'll see. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. HP is 3845. That's actually a very good HP skill. I like that a lot. His defense is a little lower, where Osville's is a little bit higher, but I do think Osville's going to be a little bit squishier, though she's a debuffer, and they tend to be a little bit squishier in general. I get the feeling this guy's going to be more offensively inclined. He is an insect killer once again as well, and his agility is really good at 1073. Now, he is a single target. I think that was already leaked. Skill 1 is a mid-wind physical attack with self, strength, and wind attack damage 75%. It's a great skill right there. For 3 turns and 3 additional actions, foes singular, mid-wind physical attack. Not foes plural, foes singular. He's all built for Record Buster. I'm assuming the Record Buster incoming knight is going to favor these units. Just saying. Skill 2 is a foe, and I did kind of predict wind last night too when we talked about it. Skill 2 is a foe singular, once again, super wind physical attack with high on guard rate, temporary strength boost, single target damage taken plus 25%, wind resist, and guard rate both down 40%. That's a great skill. Wind did not need this buff, and it got a crazy good buff, so that's awesome. Skill 3 is a fast, high wind physical attack with ultra critical rate, skill damage plus 120% per foe's strength and magic buff. We've seen that before. We see how hard that can hit. That gets crazy. That gets wild. Second unit in the game we've had that has that, and we've seen how just absolutely insane that is. So if you're going for Record Buster, you need this unit. It's a little surprising that we're not getting Finn with this. We're only getting Revis. But yeah. Basically, if you don't know, that 120 buff skill is going to be nuts. Next time Finn comes around, basically a combination of him and the Tiona that we got a while back, if you can buff them right, and if he's not super resistant to them, Finn is going to just fall like crazy. He's just going to take nothing but damage. SA is an Ultra Wind physical attack with Ultra Critical Rate, temporary great strength boost, and negative 60% physical resist for 3 turns. Now, the one thing that does kind of make the other Tiona better than him is the fact that she has that 150% in her SA where he's got a crazy physical resistance debuff. But I still maintain they're going to work just insanely well on a team together. It's nuts. If you have her, you want him. And even if you like want to take on Record Buster, you just want this unit anyway. He's going to hit stupid hard. Yes, the high skill will do more than the super skill. Believe me on that. We'll do some damage testing with this guy. I'm going to do my best to max limit break him. 35% earth resist encounters are wind physical attack, 35% strength, agility, and dex, 20% damage on critical, 60% damage on counter. That's really awesome. And once again, insect killer. Okay? This is the unit that is a major spoiler. This is the new Artemis assist. Okay? We'll talk about this on stream tonight. This is a massive spoiler, so I'm not going to leak the name here. But if you want to see it, it is out there now. I would heavily recommend being spoiled on this. Heavily recommend reading the story before you look at the name of this unit, which I know is crazy because we're going to summon for her tonight. I'm just going to say it's a huge spoiler. It's just a massive spoiler. HP is almost 1,000, which is very good. Physical attack and magic attack are about neutral. But what does she do? Allies, null physical damage times 2. Not the only unit we do that, but yeah, that's a good thing. Accepts SAs. Self +3 instant effect. When physically attacked, 75% null physical turn times 1. Accept SAs on self once per turn. That's crazy. That's wild. So she can do that up to 3 times, it seems. So basically when she's attacked, the next physical attack on whoever she's tied to doesn't get hit anymore. Or, I mean, well, has a 75% chance to null that. That's crazy. That is stupid good. Not the first time we've seen this either. But a really good skill there. Let's move into the secondary banner. Okay? Aisha. Or Aisha, technically. So I was calling. Anyway, whatever. Aisha. HP 3729. Another physical unit. That's not the best for physicals. I would really like for them to be a little bit higher. 38 to 3900. Really, the closer we can get to 4K, the better. So she's going to be a hair on the squishy side. And her defense isn't great. But her physical attack is phenomenal. There's a little typo here, it looks like. It says 2009 down here in 2099. I'm going to guess it's 2009 because 2099 sounds insane. So I'm going to guess it's probably 2009 is what this is. But agility is 1203, which means she is like going first. She's crazy fast. Skill 1, fast. Strength, magic, and water resist down 40%. Allies strength and water attack damage plus 50%. I did call that she was going to be water. So that's interesting. Actually, I thought I said fire for her. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Somebody else said water in the stream last night. We watched the essays. You'll see when the essays. It's really interesting. So, all different elements. Interesting. Skill 2, super water physical attack. Ultra on guard rate, and 4 additional actions, foes, plural, low water physical attack with ultra on guard rate. Skill 3 is a foe's singular high water physical attack with skill damage plus 80%. Remember, I like that. And self water attack damage buff. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. She's not remarkable, but she's just good. She's a good buff for your AoE water team. Ultra water physical attack with ultra on guard rate. Skill damage plus 80% per self water attack damage buff. Remember, if you have buffs on both the assist and the adventure side, that becomes 160. That comes really, really good. Passives. 35% fire resist counters are water physical attack, 15% critical damage, and 15% damage on critical and penetration, 30% overall, 60% counter damage, which is really good, 35% strength, agility, and dex, and she is an insect killer. All these units, I presume, are going to be insect killers. Let's look at Ryu. Okay? Ryu! And actually, I'm missing a cell here for Ryu, so I'm going to have to go pull that up here in a second. All right. Ryu is a balanced type. So she's more of a support role. Okay. And that means her HP being 36, 27, is a little low, and her defense is kind of ugh. And she's between physical and magic. Let's see what she does, because that means she is highly likely to squish. Okay. Skill 1, allies, physical resist and thunder attack damage plus 50%. I did say we needed a thunder attack boost, and so we got that. That's kind of nice. 35% AoE damage taken for 4 turns. So down 35% AoE damage taken for 4 turns. So that means all your units get AoE reduction, which is really nice. 3 additional actions, allies 30% HP heal, and remove strength debuffs. What? So she's basically a lot like the new Haruhime we got. No joke. I like this unit. I actually like this unit a lot. This unit is quite remarkable. And the one thing I was going to say that Thunder needs, Thunder just got with her SA, but we'll get to that. Skill 2, fast, high Thunder physical attack with critical rate and penetration rate down 50% for 3 turns. And skill 3, high thunder physical attack with ultra penetration rate, skill damage 75% per self physical resistance buff. Pay attention to these units, guys. This unit, I think, is the best of the bunch. You run this unit on your Thunder team is going to be absolutely insane. Check out this SA. Ultra Thunder physical attack with temporary great strength boost, allies 100% thunder damage for 3 turns. That is the one thing that I said Thunder really needs to come into their own. And when you have this paired with the new Haruhime's SA, basically anybody on the Thunder team can really shine. Now, she is going to be squishy, and I did predict that. So you will need to be very defensive with her. Her defense isn't great, and her HP isn't great. But we've seen that with Haruhime's before. You know how to counter that. So do be aware of that. But that is going to make those Thunder nuke teams deadly. Crazy good. 35% water resist, counters with Thunder physical attack, removes strength buffs and assist skills, 15% physical and magic resistance, 35% strength, agility, and dex, and once again, an insect killer. Let's look at Apollo. Once again, HP is 1,000. Pretty close, 994. Physical attack is 635, so really good for your physical teams. And I will say right away, if you're building physical teams, you want to max this unit. This is a major buff to physical teams. Physical resist, minus 25%. That's a 5% buff over what we've had before. And we've talked about how with assists, 5% means the world. So, if you're building physical teams, from now on, you're going to be using this Apollo, at least until he's replaced, which might take quite a bit of time. Allies, critical and penetration rate and guard rate up 15%. So not only does he do physical resistance debuff, he gives everyone critical penetration and guard. You need this Apollo, you need that Ryu, if nothing else. I think all these units actually have something really important to say for themselves. I'm not completely in love with the Artemis unit, but once again, I'm going to go out of my way to try to maximum break as many of these units as possible. But if you get him And if you get Ryu, you're going to be in great shape. Now, everybody else really depends entirely upon the teams you're building. But if you're going to go after Ryu, you definitely 100% also want to go after Osville. Those two are going to work just insanely well together. And like I said, is it Hyaclinthus? I think that's how you pronounce his name. He is going to be really good for the upcoming Record Buster. Now, the one thing we didn't showcase yesterday were the essays. So let's check those out right now. I'm going to mute our little background music here. And let's check this out. Here's Ryu. Her essay is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Yeah, that is just absolutely crazy. I love that essay so much. Probably one of my favorites in the game, if I'm honest. See, when we saw the blue initially, we thought this would be water, and it looked like water around her, but it also kind of looks like blue flames almost. We weren't really sure. But here's Osville. I love that she's just parrying everything. Osville's so nuts. That is absolutely wild. So those are the essays, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff, guys. If you're excited like I am, I'm really stoked to see these new units incoming. We'll have them tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, whatever that is in your time zone. So be ready to summon. Hopefully you've got your 8K Iris. I've got mine. I am ready to go. We've got a fun one tonight, guys. On the live stream tonight live, we're going to be doing the Summon War Part 2 that we did in Part 1, but we're going to be doing it live on stream. So if you want to, if you really want to enjoy like the first-hand view of that, be there for that. It's going to be nuts. But for now, guys, that's the video. Like, comment, share. I'll catch you guys all on, you know what I'm going to say, the next one.